2020, I got my first documentary gig, and I was to travel to northern Nigeria, to Kano State to be precise. Then I called my mom. I was like, Mommy, you won't believe this, so I'm going to Kano just for a few days. She said, Kano? Funkini? Which means for what? So it made her very anxious to hear that her son was actually traveling to Kano State. You see, in the 2010s, when you mention to the average Nigerian that you are traveling to anywhere outside of Lagos or Abuja, there will be a lot of question marks. Talk less of if you are traveling to northern Nigeria, which was painted in a very bad light. After speaking to my mom, I met up with a couple of my friends, and I told them the good news that I was traveling to northern Nigeria. They said, why? That is this really worth risking my life for? I became curious, but I was also scared at the same time. I did my research, went online. Is Kano safe? Why am I traveling here? Biggest mistake. I saw a lot of bad news, conflict, anything you could actually think of. From being scared, I became very frightened. You see, in Kano State, there's really nothing to be afraid about. The day came, then I went to Kano. It was awesome, finished the documentary, and I had 2 days to spare. Then I met up with someone who is a very good friend of mine, and we went round. He showed me the beautiful city of Kano. He showed me the beautiful, beautiful culture. I was able to go to Minjibir, a place that has over 1,000 baobab trees and a very beautiful landscape. Then I started asking myself, I checked online, I started asking myself, I was like, why didn't I see a lot of all these things when I looked? Now, why was it conflicts and bad things that I was actually seeing? That a lot of the experiences I was having in person was much different from what I was seeing online. The trip to Kano was very memorable. I was able to visit the Kofa Mata, experience the Doba Festival. You see the northern culture dressed in their beautiful regalia, their turbans, something colorful, like from the Hollywood movies. It was very memorable for me, not because I went and came back in one piece, but just because I was able to understand and see the importance of experiencing the culture and the people around us, and also the importance of traveling within Nigeria. You see, once I was able to go to Kano, I was like, Mommy, it's not really that bad now, so you should also come. So it really changed my perspective on what Kano was. You see, we as Africans and we as Nigerians need to tell our own stories in the best way possible, because it's going to put us in a new light and it's going to change our image forever. Just last year, I was able to go for a festival and I uploaded the video. It got over 100 million engagements across all platforms, almost 2,000 messages personally to me, and also maybe 20,000 comments across Twitter, YouTube, anything you could think of. Beautifully dressed people in their ashoke. It's the Ojude Oba festival. That's what people like to call steez nowadays. So beautifully dressed, head to toe, matching outfits. They're a group of people. And one thing that really stands out is that they have different groups, the same age range, that they have matching head ties, matching ashokes, matching shoes, matching bags sometimes, and also matching fans. And what really stood out to me was not necessarily because a lot of them were matching, because of how they actually appreciated that culture. It got a lot of people talking. They were saying, where is this? Is this something new? How come I haven't heard of this festival before, although it has been happening for over 50 years? I started to ask myself that why isn't all these things being propagated? Why isn't this what we're seeing online? Out of all the questions, the messages I got, one that really stood out to me was when I was in Abuja. I was in the supermarket. I can remember very vividly because I was in bathroom slippers. An elderly lady walked up to me. She said, "You." I was like, "Yes." She said, "You." I was like, yes, ma. She said, are you not that Ojude Oba boy? I said, yes, ma, I am. He said, wow, that she really, really, really loved the video. Now, funny enough, she's actually from the same place it happens, which is Ijebu in Ogun State. And she watches the video almost every single day. That although she's from there, she has never really seen the need to attend. And it literally happened in her backyard. And she made a promise to herself that this year, 2024, she was going to be there. And the 2024 version just happened, and she was there, I was there as well. The video went viral too. So this just goes to show that a lot of the experiences that we are looking for around the world are sometimes really close to us. The Yorubas have a saying, sometimes what you're looking for in Sokoto can sometimes be in your Shokoto. So sometimes what you're looking for that is really far can sometimes be very close to us. Through this experience, and coupled with the fact that I've traveled around the world and I've gotten other experiences, I've been able to make it my life's mission and one of the legacies I want to leave behind to be able to change the perception and change the narrative of Africa as a whole, and also Nigeria as well. Using my own means, my own lens, and my own resources to change that narrative. And I understand that I might not be able to change the whole world, but I can change one person's perception about Nigeria and Africa, which will make all the difference. You see, I've been able to travel around the world. I've been able to travel within Lagos. I've been able to travel within Nigeria. I've been able to travel within Africa as well. And these three things have stood out to me. Number one, dream big, but start small. You don't necessarily have to start traveling to the big places. You don't necessarily have to start doing the big things, but just start small. It's all those small, small things that count. When I started out my career, I didn't just start by traveling outside of Africa or outside of Nigeria. I started out by traveling within my community in Abuja. And I was able to go to the outskirts of Abuja. I was also able to go to, I don't want to call it the downskirts, but I was able to go to like the southern part of Abuja and show people what Abuja really is. And even the indigenes and the people that actually live there, they are really surprised about how we can have all these things, and they've really never heard about it. And the second one is you should always be open to new experiences. One experience can change your life, just like the Kano experience changed my life and helped me to have a new perception and to understand that we as Africans and we as Nigerians need to tell our own stories. I would like to finish this by saying a quote that has helped me along the way. Do not go where the path may lead, but you should go where there is no path and you should leave a trail. Just like I've been able to discover and travel to places, I was able to document the Ojude Oba festival last year. You could count on your 10 fingers how many people were actually at the Ojude Oba festival. But this year, once people saw the viral video of last year, I saw a tweet that someone said it was over 100 people. So this just shows that we as Africans are actually open to telling our own stories. And we as Africans should tell our own stories. And just one experience can change your life. Thank you very much.